Beets are praised as one of the healthiest foods for older adults, yet eating them the wrong way can quietly upset your stomach, block nutrient absorption, and even slow digestion. Many people believe beets are always gentle on the gut, but when eaten raw, juiced too often, or paired with certain foods, they can actually cause bloating, discomfort, or acid flare-ups. And for adults over 50, the risks are even higher. Slower digestion, lower hydration, and changes in gut enzymes make beets both powerful and tricky at the same time. According to the Cleveland Clinic, preparation and timing matter just as much as the food itself. So today, we'll uncover 10 common mistakes that secretly harm digestion and how to fix each one easily. Stay until 1, it surprises almost everyone over 60. Comment yes if you want more videos like this. 10. Eating beets raw on an empty stomach. Eating raw beets first thing in the morning might sound healthy, but for many adults over 50, it's a recipe for gas, cramping, or bloating that lasts all day. Here's why. Raw beets are extremely fibrous and dense. When eaten on an empty stomach, that fiber hits your digestive tract before your stomach acid and enzymes are fully active. The result, slow breakdown, trapped gas, and uncomfortable pressure, especially in older adults whose digestion naturally slows with age. Many people assume raw equals more nutritious, but research from the Mayo Clinic notes that cooking certain root vegetables actually improves nutrient absorption and reduces digestive stress. Raw beets, while colorful and crunchy, contain hard-to-digest cellulose that the aging gut struggles to break down efficiently. Now let's look at how this affects you. Imagine a 62-year-old woman named Janet who started her mornings with a raw beet smoothie. Within a week, she noticed constant bloating and fatigue symptoms she thought were from detoxing. Once she switched to lightly steamed beets blended with other fruits, the discomfort disappeared, and she still enjoyed all the benefits of antioxidants and fiber. So, what's the better way? If you love beets, steam or roast them until tender but not mushy. Pair them with a bit of olive oil or avocado. Healthy fats help your body absorb fat-soluble nutrients like vitamin A and beta-carotene. And most importantly, avoid eating them on an empty stomach. Have a small protein or oatmeal base first to cushion digestion. Here's the bottom line. Raw beets can be tough on mature digestive systems. Gentle cooking not only protects your gut, but makes their nutrients far easier to enjoy. 9. Ignoring beet fiber load. Beets are famous for their fiber, but that same fiber can quietly backfire if you increase it too quickly, especially after age 50. Here's the truth. Just 1 cup of cooked beets contains about 4 grams of fiber. That may not sound like much, but for a slower-moving digestive system, it's enough to cause bloating, gas, or even constipation if hydration and gut bacteria aren't in sync. Many older adults proudly say, "I'm eating more fiber for my heart," but when your intestines don't have enough fluid to soften that fiber, it turns from a gentle broom into a traffic jam. The result, sluggish digestion, trapped gas, and that heavy, uncomfortable feeling after eating. The Cleveland Clinic emphasizes that seniors need to increase fiber gradually, not suddenly, to allow the gut to adapt. And because aging often reduces stomach acid and digestive enzyme levels, beets' natural fiber takes even longer to process. Let's make this real. Take Robert, a 68-year-old retired teacher who began eating large beet salads every day after watching a superfood video online. Within 2 weeks, he felt bloated, his belly felt tight, and he thought something was wrong with his gallbladder. His doctor explained it was just a fiber overload. Once he reduced portion sizes and added more water, about 6 to 8 glasses a day, his digestion returned to normal, and he still reaped the benefits of beets without the discomfort. So, how can you fix it? Start with half portions, about half a cup of cooked beets or a few slices, mixed into a meal. Drink a full glass of water with your beet dish, and pair it with foods that aid movement, like cucumbers, spinach, or a drizzle of lemon juice. And if you've recently increased fiber from other foods like oats or beans, space them out through the day instead of piling them all in one meal. Here's the bottom line. Beet fiber is powerful, but in the right amount. want. Respect your digestion's pace. Gradual increases, proper hydration, and balanced meals help beets support your gut instead of straining it. 8. Overusing beet juice. Beet juice looks vibrant, tastes refreshing, and promises instant energy. But here's what most people don't realize: drinking beet juice too often can quietly harm digestion instead of helping it. Here's why. When you juice beets, you remove nearly all their fiber, the very part that slows sugar absorption and supports a healthy gut. What's left is concentrated natural sugar and nitrates that enter the bloodstream quickly. For younger people, that's not usually a problem. But for adults over 50, this sugar rush can irritate the stomach, trigger bloating, and even cause mild nausea or lightheadedness. The Harvard School of Public Health points out that juices, even from natural vegetables, can cause blood sugar swings when fiber is stripped away. And when digestion slows with age, that sugar sits longer in the stomach, leading to gas or discomfort. Let's look at a real example. Linda, 71, started juicing 2 large beets every morning because she heard it could cleanse her liver. Within a week, she felt heavy after drinking it, and her appetite disappeared for the rest of the day. Her nutritionist suggested blending instead, combining 1 small beet with half an apple, cucumber, and water in a blender. This kept the fiber intact, slowed absorption, and completely eliminated the stomach heaviness. So what's the smart approach? If you enjoy beet juice, treat it as an occasional boost, not a daily routine. Stick to about 3-4 ounces, roughly half a small glass, diluted with water or paired with high-fiber fruits like pears or leafy greens. This keeps digestion steady and prevents sugar overload. And always drink it after a light meal or snack, never on an empty stomach. Here's the bottom line. Beet juice can support energy and circulation, but overdoing it especially without fiber can upset digestion and your body's balance. For older adults, moderation is the magic. Let the whole beet, not just the juice, be your true ally. 7. Mixing beets with iron supplement. Many adults over 50 take daily iron supplements, and they also eat beets, thinking it's a perfect match for better blood health. But here's the surprising truth. Eating beets and taking iron at the same time can actually reduce how much iron your body absorbs. Here's why. Beets are rich in oxalates, natural compounds that bind to minerals like calcium and iron. When you combine them with an iron supplement or an iron-rich meal, those oxalates latch onto the mineral and block it from being absorbed in your intestines. For someone managing mild anemia or low iron, that can quietly undo the very progress they're trying to make. According to the National Institutes of Health, NIH, oxalate-rich foods such as beets, spinach, and nuts are best eaten separately from iron or calcium supplements to avoid nutrient interference. For older adults, whose stomach acid and enzyme activity are lower, this interference becomes even more pronounced. Let's make this real. Frank, 66, began eating roasted beets with dinner every night and taking his iron supplement right afterward. After several months, his lab results barely improved. His doctor suggested taking iron with vitamin C in the morning and enjoying his beets at lunch instead. Within 6 weeks, his energy improved and so did his numbers. So, what's the smarter timing? If you take iron pills, do it on an empty stomach or with a small piece of fruit like an orange or kiwi, which boosts absorption. Then, wait at least 2 hours before eating beets or other high oxalate foods. If you eat beets regularly, enjoy them at separate meals or on non-supplement days. Here's the bottom line. Beets and iron are both good, just not together. Timing makes all the difference. By spacing them out, you'll protect your digestion, improve nutrient absorption, and still enjoy every bright, earthy bite of your favorite beet dish. 6. Cooking beets too long. Many people think boiling or roasting beets for a long time makes them softer and easier to digest. But overcooking them does the opposite. It strips away their enzymes, dulls their nutrients, and can make them harder for mature digestive systems to handle. Here's why this matters. Beets are packed with delicate phytonutrients like betalains and natural enzymes that help your body process fiber and sugars smoothly. When exposed to high heat for too long, these compounds break down, leaving behind fibrous starches that are tougher for older stomachs to digest. Instead of supporting your gut, they can cause mild indigestion or a heavy, sluggish feeling. According to the Cleveland Clinic, gentle cooking methods such as light steaming or roasting at moderate temperatures help preserve both flavor and nutrient integrity. Seniors, who often have lower enzyme levels and slower motility, benefit most from this softer preparation style. Let's look at a real example. Margaret, 72, used to boil her beets until they were mushy, thinking it would make them safer to eat. But she noticed that after her meals, she often felt unusually full and tired. When she switched to steaming her beets for just 10 minutes or roasting them at 375 degrees for 25 minutes, she found them easier to digest. And the taste was sweeter and richer too. So how should you prepare beets? Steam them lightly until they can be pierced with a fork but still hold their shape. If roasting, cover them in foil to retain moisture and avoid burning. Add a touch of olive oil and herbs after cooking. Not before this prevents nutrient loss and keeps their texture light. Here's the bottom line. Overcooking beets might make them softer, but it steals much of what makes them healthy. Treat them gently, and your body, especially your digestion, will thank you. 5. Pairing beets with heavy meals. Beets are known to aid digestion, but when you combine them with rich, heavy foods, they can actually do the opposite, slowing down your stomach and creating that uncomfortable, overstuffed feeling many older adults know all too well. Here's why. Beets are naturally high in fiber and natural sugars. When paired with fatty meats, creamy sauces, or fried foods, the digestive system has to multitask, breaking down fats, starches, and fiber all at once. For younger bodies, that might just mean feeling full, but for adults over 50, whose stomach acid and enzyme output naturally decline, that combination can easily lead to gas, heartburn, or sluggish digestion. According to the Mayo Clinic, meals that mix high fiber with heavy fat slow down gastric emptying, meaning food sits in the stomach longer. This can also interfere with how effectively your body absorbs nutrients from those healthy beets you worked so hard to prepare. Let's make this real. James, 65, loved beet salads with goat cheese and steak, but every time he finished dinner, he felt bloated and sleepy. When he swapped the steak for grilled salmon or chickpeas and used a light olive oil dressing instead of creamy cheese, the difference was night and day. His digestion improved, and he still got plenty of flavor and protein. So, what's the better approach? Enjoy beets as part of a light or balanced meal. Think roasted beets with leafy greens, quinoa, or lentils. Add a small drizzle of healthy fat, like olive or avocado oil, to help with nutrient absorption. But avoid layering multiple heavy ingredients in one dish. And give yourself time. Eat slowly and stop when comfortably full. Here's the bottom line. Beets shine when the meal around them is simple. Pairing them with lighter foods helps your body use their nutrients efficiently, keeps your stomach calm, and lets that vibrant energy work for you, not against you. 4. Skipping water after beets. Most people think of beets as hydrating after all. They're juicy and colorful, but here's the surprising truth. If you eat beets and don't drink enough water afterward, that fiber can actually slow your digestion instead of helping it. Here's why. Beets contain both soluble and insoluble fiber, powerful nutrients that need water to move smoothly through your digestive tract. Without enough fluids, that fiber swells and thickens in the intestines, leading to constipation, bloating, and even mild stomach pain. And because adults over 50 naturally have lower thirst signals, dehydration can sneak up easily, especially after high-fiber meals. The Harvard Health Publishing Group notes that hydration is one of the most overlooked factors in digestive health for older adults. Even mild dehydration can reduce enzyme activity, slow bowel movement, and cause fatigue after meals. Let's bring this to life. Eleanor, 69, started adding beets to her salads 3 times a week, but she often skipped her water glass at lunch. After a few weeks, she noticed her digestion slowing down and blamed the beets. Her doctor gently explained that it wasn't the beets, it was the missing hydration. Once she made a habit of drinking a full glass of water after meals, her energy and regularity returned within days. So how much water do you really need. For most older adults, aim for about 6 to 8 cups a day more if you're active or live in a warm climate. When eating beets or other high-fiber vegetables, drink at least 1 glass of water before the meal and 1 after. Herbal teas, light soups, or infused water with lemon or cucumber also count toward your total. Here's the bottom line. Beets help cleanse the body, but only when you give them the water they need to do their job. Hydration turns fiber into your digestive system's best friend. Without it, even the healthiest beet can become a burden. 3. Eating beets with acidic foods. Beets and citrus. It sounds like a healthy combo. Right, bright, tangy, and refreshing. But here's something most people don't realize. Pairing beets with acidic foods, like oranges, vinegar, or tomatoes can quietly irritate your stomach lining, especially if you're over 50. Here's why. Beets are naturally high in certain organic acids, including oxalic acid. When combined with extra acidity from foods like lemon juice, balsamic vinegar, or tomatoes, the total acid load can overwhelm your stomach, particularly if you already have mild reflux, slower digestion, or a sensitive gut lining. The result? Burning sensations, gas, or that uncomfortable, full feeling that lingers for hours. The Mayo Clinic notes that older adults are more prone to acid sensitivity because stomach acid regulation changes with age, and certain medications like blood pressure or reflux drugs can make the digestive tract even more reactive. Let's make it real. Sandra, 63, loved beet and citrus salads with vinegar dressing, but she started waking up with heartburn and assumed it was her morning coffee. When she swapped the vinegar for olive oil and added a few avocado slices instead of oranges, the burning disappeared and she still got all the color and flavor she loved. So what should you do instead? If you enjoy beets in salads, balance them with alkaline or neutral foods like cucumbers, avocados, spinach, or yogurt-based dressings. A little squeeze of lemon is fine, but skip combining multiple acidic ingredients in the same meal. And if you tend to have reflux or gastritis, avoid acidic pairings altogether. Your stomach will thank you. Here's the bottom line. Beets are gentle when eaten smartly, but too much acid at once can turn a healthy meal into a digestive challenge. Balance them with soothing foods, and you'll protect both your gut and your energy bite after beautiful Beet Red Bite. 2. Ignoring medication interactions. Beets are packed with natural nitrates compounds that can help relax blood vessels and support circulation. But here's a crucial point many older adults miss. Those same nitrates can interact with common medications, especially blood pressure or heart drugs. Here's why it matters. When your body converts beet nitrates into nitric oxide, your blood vessels open up and blood pressure can drop slightly. That's usually a good thing unless you're already taking medications that do the same, like nitrates, beta blockers, or certain diuretics. Combined, they can make your blood pressure dip too low, leading to dizziness, lightheadedness, or even fainting after a meal rich in beets. The National Institutes of Health (NIH) cautions that while beets are safe for most people, adults on blood pressure medication or erectile dysfunction drugs should use moderation and monitor how they feel. For aging bodies, smaller doses have a bigger effect because metabolism slows and circulation changes over time. Let's look at a real-life example. George, 74, loved his daily beet juice because it kept him sharp. But he also took a prescription for high blood pressure. After a few weeks, he began feeling dizzy every morning. Once he reduced his beet juice to 3 times a week and had it with a small meal instead of on an empty stomach, the dizziness stopped completely, and he still enjoyed all the benefits. So, what's the safe approach? If you take medication for blood pressure, heart issues, or circulation, talk with your healthcare provider before making beets a daily habit. Spread out your beet intake, maybe a few servings per week instead of every day, and always combine them with balanced meals instead of consuming them alone or as concentrated juice shots. Here's the bottom line. Beets are heart healthy, but when mixed with certain medications, their natural power can work too well. Awareness and moderation keep your digestion and your circulation safely in sync. 1. Eating beets daily without rest days. Beets are a true superfood, but even the healthiest. Food can turn against you when you eat it every single day without giving your body a break. Here's why. Beets contain oxalates, natural plant compounds that, in moderate amounts, are harmless. But when consumed daily, especially in juices or large servings, oxalates can accumulate in the body. Over time, they may bind with calcium and slow nutrient absorption, or in sensitive people, contribute to kidney stone risk. That's especially relevant for adults over 60, whose kidneys and digestion naturally work more slowly. The Harvard Medical School points out that variety is key for nutrient balance and gut health. Constantly eating the same food, even a healthy one, can reduce microbial diversity in your gut, meaning fewer good bacteria to support digestion, immunity, and energy. Let's see how this plays out in real life. Diane, 67, started blending beet smoothies every morning because she loved the color and energy boost. After a few months, she noticed her digestion slowing down and mild joint stiffness symptoms. Her nutritionist traced back to high oxalate buildup. When Diane switched to eating beets 3 times a week instead of daily and added other colorful vegetables like carrots and bell peppers, her symptoms disappeared and her energy improved. So how often is just right? Most nutrition experts agree that eating beets 3 to 4 times a week is plenty to enjoy their circulation and digestive benefits. Rotate them with other high antioxidant vegetables, carrots, sweet potatoes, spinach, or broccoli, so your body gets a full range of nutrients and fibers. And if you love beet juice, think of it as an occasional tonic, not a daily drink. Here's a simple rhythm to follow. Days 1-2. Include beets in meals or salads. Day 3. Take a break. Try other vegetables. Day 4-5. Enjoy beets again in a different form, roasted, steamed, or grated. Weekend. Rest your digestive system with lighter greens or soups. Here's the bottom line. Beets are wonderful, rich, earthy, and nourishing, but balance is the real secret to vitality after 50. Give your body rest days to cleanse, recover, and absorb nutrients fully. Your digestion will stay strong, your energy will stay steady, and every beet-filled meal will truly work for your health, not against it. Eat beets often. Avoid these 10 common mistakes that harm digestion. So, let's take a moment to recap. We've uncovered 10 common mistakes that can quietly turn healthy beets into a digestive challenge, from eating them raw on an empty stomach, to juicing too often, to skipping water, or even mixing them with the wrong foods or supplements. And perhaps the most surprising, eating them every single day without rest, a habit many well-meaning health enthusiasts fall into. Here's the truth. Beets are powerful, but your body thrives on balance, not repetition. When you eat them the right way, gently cooked, properly paired, and spaced throughout the week, they can truly support smooth digestion, steady energy, and vibrant circulation at any age. So, if you love beets, keep them on your plate, just in moderation. Rotate your vegetables, hydrate often, and listen to how your body feels after each meal. Small adjustments can make a world of difference in how your gut and energy respond. If this video helped you, please like, share, and subscribe for more gentle, science-backed tips for life after 50, and leave a comment below what's your favorite way to enjoy beets. And remember, always consult your healthcare provider if you have concerns about your diet or digestion. Your health journey is personal, and you deserve to feel your best every day.